We are about to give you a short overview of Pool Care Pro, our newest user interface, version 4. As you can see, if you've used version 3, there definitely is a lot of new changes to the product. If you notice, this is what we call the dashboard, and you have various informations, and this is information that'll change, here and there as we develop more cards, and they'll be placed onto the dashboard. Over here on the left-hand side, these were all the tabs. The tabs used to be across the top. Now we've moved them to the left-hand side. One of the neat features about this product, it's a one page. The words, you only need to load the page once, and the only thing it's ever going back to our service for is data, so it makes it quicker and faster. Our product is all using Azure cloud systems, so we have a continuous backup system with redundancy. To start out with, one of the things I want to share with you is up here on the left-hand side, you have the new button. This is a quick way to get to a new customer, to create a new customer, a new service, which is a one-time service, a recurring service, which is a service that you repeat. Could be every Monday, Tuesday, every 2 weeks, once a year, once a month. You choose your various criteria. And a task. Tasks are things that you do internally, like phone calls to customers, meetings. You need to send out estimates. It's a reminder, and those can be assigned to yourself or to other individuals that are users in the system. You can also set up what are called automatic task rules. Automatic task rules are things that when you say you close a particular type of service, maybe it was a complaint call, it can automatically create a task for someone in a particular user group to follow up with that customer. So when they log in, it would have their task summary, which, as you can see, it would be right over here to the right under task summary. Or you can click on task, and it will also allow you to search with different criteria to find the task. Over here on the right-hand side, we have the search. The search allows you to be, no matter where you are in the system, this search is always available to you. The search feature is you can type in a particular customer's name, recents. These are the most recent items that you've gone to, and transactions. These are the accounting side of the system. So looking for a particular reference name, you can type that in, do a search. Invoice number. So if you know the invoice number, a customer has a question regarding invoice 1140, you can type that in, do a search, and it'll go out and find that invoice for you. So if I want to look at recents, and say if I want to pick this account, one of the good things about the system is we're using more icon driven. So based on, say, the blue man or the blue person, you can click on it and it goes to the customer's account. This is a service with the truck. The finger is with the task, and so on and so forth. So if I want to look at this customer's account, I just click on it and it brings up the customer's account. And over here you have the summary of this customer's account, which gives you the address, say their phone information, their balance. From here you can create a new transaction from here. You can create a new invoice from here. And then you can also go to billing, and it looks at all of their billing information. Here, if you have credit card processing set up through us, this would be a recurring credit card processing. That is the first of each month. You have different options. You can choose a balance or a particular set amount. Over here are current tasks that need to be completed, and that's what this is here. And active estimates. These are estimates that you currently have active for this particular customer. Over here on the right-hand side, this is a site. This is where you perform your type of service that you're performing. From here, you can look at the services that we have, who they're assigned to, the type of service, and how it repeats. We're only showing 3, but you can then, from here, you can actually click on see the service list. So I can click on the service list. It'll bring me the services for this particular customer. Then I can choose the different criteria for that service. or I can just click on a service and it will bring me to that service from here. So I can look at this service, and this is a recurring every Monday. It's a full cleaning. This particular one has a set amount for it. So this is just saying that each time you close this service, it will charge a customer, create an invoice for $60. You don't have to do it that way. You can do monthly, where you set up a customer's rate and you just bill them out monthly. But depending on the area you live in, East Coast, they tend to more do each visit versus middle of the country, and West Coast, they usually do monthly billing. Over here, you have the service status. This is where you change the status of a particular service. And again, you can access all through this through the mobile site as well. Checklists. These are checklist items, and it shows you the previous time that you've done this particular item, and you can check this. You have measures, and the measurements are the chlorine, and again, these are all user-defined: the chlorine, the hardness, the copper, so on and so forth. Treatments. The treatments are what you've added to the system, and if it's billable or not, you can have it so that if this customer you charge every time for chemicals, it can automatically bill the customer when you add the chemicals. And a photo list, this is the ability is on your device, or you can upload it if you're on your main system, or from the mobile site, you can actually, if you're in the service, there's an option there for upload photo, take a picture of, say, the pool before, after, and then this can be included in the notification that is sent to the customer via email, which you define yourself. We have default ones in the system, but you can go ahead and edit those email notifications. From here, if I change the status from open to close, it'll automatically put when completed. I could have done when started on the mobile site. You'd normally do that. When you pull up to the customer site, you would have a when started. You would select that, and it would put that particular date and time. It looks at the time that's on your device itself. So my checklist, I can go in here and check these items. Here's the notification. The email template is going to be a full service completion that will be sent to the customer's account, which looks similar. And then once this is completed, I just hit save. And what it does, it closes the service. And then what it does is it goes ahead and sends the customer's email notification. So if I want to go back and I can look at this, I can actually just look at the open status. I can look at my closed for the site Donald Duck. And here's the one that we just closed. And there's the date and time. Everything that we do in the system on a site, on a customer's account, on a task, we create what's called a log, an activity log. Here's an activity log. So it shows that we added the start time, the status was changed from open to close, we updated when the completed, and then email notification was sent to the customer's account. So now I can go back to the site, and this is all the information about the site, about the location of where you're performing the services at. Any extra information, gate codes, things of that nature. 1, 2, 3, 4. Photos, again, if you have some photos listed, the addresses, save that information, and we're done. So that's so easy to get around the system. The user interface is so flexible. From here, I then have down here with each site, this is all user definable. We have the pool information, say spa information. Again, all of this is user definable through the setup process. And it's also if you have, say you also, we have pool service companies that also have a pest control company. You can create their own information for that site, say for the pest chemicals, or maybe do lawn care and you also do pool service or pest control. It all works, which is all user definable within the product. So say if I want to look at the pool information for this location, again, user definable general information, conditions and notes, spa information, say pump and filter, cleaner, piping. Again, this is all definable. And same thing for spa information. We have one for spa. So anytime I want to make a change, again, if I want to make a change to the customer's account, I click on the little blue man with a pencil. It's an edit. We have tooltips on all these areas on what you can do. So I'm going to edit this. And this gives me the basic information regarding this account. You've got the customer's name, the account code, the customer type. Again, these are user-definable types. Alert messages, maybe do not service or payment or various different reasons that you can have. The address of the customer's account, this is where it gets billed to through the billing part of our system. The status, the information about this account, when it was started, how did they hear of you, their billing group, the sales tax that they may belong to, email, these are their email address, phone numbers, all their different phone numbers, extra information. These are all user-definable fields that you can create for the customer's account. Rates, this is the rate that you would charge a customer. So maybe they're $180 a month, save that. So now I've got $180 a month. And documents, this is where you can upload documents, warranty information, things of that nature. You can update PDF, Word, Excel, any of those filters will work. And I can save the information. And now I can go back into it. And I can look at the log. And it just recorded everything I just did with this customer. I added the rate, I added the sales tax channel. So just give you a little insight that everything that a user does, we're tracking when it comes to the customer's account, the site, the service, the task. All right, so that's a nice thing about the search. I can click on any of the information, say a customer calls. I don't have to get out of what I'm doing. I can go to search. I can go ahead and say, searching for a customer, say Adams. I can do a search for that. And it found Adams, but associated with Adams is a customer's account and also the Debbie Downer. We always have one of those. Anyways, from here, I can go ahead and I can say, look at the billing information. I just click on go to billing. And it'll bring up all the information regarding the billing for this particular customer. Again, it's a recurring account. At any point in time I want, I can click on the recurring. Since it's stored, we don't store the credit cards. We actually use authorize.net as our gateway. All credit card information is stored on there. So from here, I can say a customer calls up, you created repair work for them. So they said, hey, just bill my credit card I have on file. You can click this post one-time option. You can go ahead and post for the amount. And hit post. It'll go out, get an authorization on the credit card, and it's let me know this credit card has expired. So it did exactly what it's supposed to do, and that was the purpose of how the integration can work so smoothly and so quickly. So while you got the customer on the phone, you then could get another credit card just by easily either updating the credit card information, while you're in the recurring, you can hit edit, and from here, you can change the credit card. Say they gave you a new credit card expiration date. You can update that information. And then once that information is updated, now you can go ahead, I can post a one-time payment. Reference is repairs. And now I can go ahead and I can post that. And it'll go out, get their authorization for that card, and it'll post it to the customer's account. Again, anytime I need to go back, I click on the blue man. If I want to go back to billing, I just go back to billing. There's the credit card payment information. Then from here, it allows me, if I want to, say I made a mistake, if it's the same day, I can click on it and I can go ahead and I can do a void since it's the same day. If it's the day after it's been posted, you then can do a refund, and it'll automatically refund the customer back to the bank. All right, from here, I can look at an invoice. So I can click on this pencil here on this line number, and I can look at the invoice. From here, I could print it. I can send an email to the customer, or I can just hit process, and it'll display that, that invoice for me. And it has all the basic information. And the same thing for a statement. This automatically defaults to send as email because in the customer's profile, we set up that they want to see their statements via email sent to them. So the system will automatically do that. In this case, we're just going to go ahead and uncheck that. And we're going to just go ahead and process and run a statement and view it to the screen. Everything we do goes to PDF. And then there's the statement, the invoice, and there's our credit card payment that we made. So as you can see, it's very easy to get around in the system. I go back to the account. Again, somebody calls up. I need to maybe look for another account or look at they say, hey, can you look at this particular service? You can go ahead. If you've got one here, you can click on it. I'm not quitting out of what I'm doing. I can look at it. I can see, oh, yeah, it was completed on May 11th. Then I can just go ahead and go back to where it was. So I didn't have to leave the screen from where I started from. All right, over here you have the customers tab. This allows you to bring up all your customers. You can have different views that you can create through the setup process. So say I just want to look at all my customer emails. And it would show the customers that have email addresses. And then from here, you can go ahead, you can send a group email to say everybody, let them be aware of maybe a change in service. Maybe you've got a weather alert. It could be various reasons, route changes that may be happening for a particular route. You can look at your inactive customers. You can also set customers that are over a certain number of days. Like say 30 days overdue, you have your aging information. So then from here, you can actually go ahead and send those customers an email. And we've got email templates with customer notification that allows you to create, and you can batch all these emails to those particular ones that are overdue. So a lot of capabilities of the product, depending on how much of the system you want to utilize, from services to billing to routing, we can do it all. We also have a customer portal where customers can log in, look at their information. If you have the credit card processing, they can set up their own billing information, whether it's recurring, the 1st or the 15th of whatever month that they prefer. They can set balance due, or they can also set a particular amount to charge. Over here, we have services. Again, just different ways. We can look for services based on the different criteria. If I want to look at all the services that are closed as of today, there's today's starting the 13th. I can also look at anything in the past, as far back as you want to go. The system will go out and search for those particular services. Or by assigned to, say all the ones that Brian P has closed, it would just bring them up. Also, the nice thing about it is you can sort on any of these headings. So I can hit completed. It'll sort based on the completion dates. Okay. Task works the same way. A task, again, are things that you've completed. One of the nice things about this product is, especially when sending emails, when we send an email through PoolCare Pro, whether it's a service that was completed, you sent an invoice emailed, a statement was emailed, also you sent for a customer online to be able to go online and look at their information. It tracks that. So anytime an email sent out system, we create what's called a completed send email task. So if I want to look at all the ones that were email sent and completed, and say I'm just going to look at the ones, let's say from the 4th here. These are all the ones that were emails that were sent. So I can go ahead and I can look at, say, this particular task, and I can look at the log, and it tells me that email was delivered and was processed. If there was a problem with the email, we use SendGrid. So we have an API integration with SendGrid, who does our mail service for us. It will come back and let us know if it was blocked, or if it was bounced, or if it was a spam. So a customer will call up, say, I'm not getting my emails. You can actually go in and track where that email, what happened to it. A lot of times, as Notorious, as we all know, customers will say that you get their bill. You can actually go in here, look at when you sent the statement, say, or invoice. You can look and see if it was delivered and processed. So everything is real time when this is done. So usually within a couple minutes, it's already gotten information back from SendGrid using these APIs that is throughout the back end of our product. So if I want to look at the customer's account, again, I can click on the Blue Man, and I can go right to the Blue Man from here. So very easy to get around in the system. Reports. The reports allows you to look at different types of reports in the system. And we can look at customer reports. You can look at services. Say I want to look at a customer service report. Again, you can sort these by order by, say, account or by user. You can do it by different formats. If you want to export it to Excel or to TIFF or plain text, you have the ability to do that. In this case, or you can email it. But in this case, I'm just going to process it. We're going to display it to the screen. If you notice, we have recent history. I'll go back to that in a minute. But this is a basic report that tells me the customer's account, when it's serviced, what their monthly rate is, who's a technician that services, how long they've been a customer in years, and the day of service, and when it's going off of service as well. It lets you know, like this particular one is down here, September 7th. It will no longer be recurring. That's the last day of that particular service. Okay. But what we also do, we keep the last 5 reports that are run for this particular report category. And you can also look at the parameters that were used for that report, and then you can also go back and review that report again. So it looks at the last 5. All right, billing. This is how we do the billing in our product. It is so easy to do, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do. We do a batch billing. These are the customers that you bill monthly for their monthly rate. So what this does, it'll post all of your customers that have a monthly rate associated with it that would be good for that month that you are posting. So I can go to post batch billing and say I'm going to bill for June 1st, and I'm going to choose my monthly billing group, and I'm just going to hit post. What that did, that just automatically posted to all the customers that had a monthly billing group. And I can go ahead, and I guess this was, let me go all the way to the last page here. And this is for the June billing. I can look here, and I can see all the customers that the rate was posted. So you can verify that it was correct. And I can look at those, I can review it. If I didn't like what I see, I can actually go right here and I can hit delete, and it deletes all those postings. So you can go make sure, maybe you forgot some of your customers. And a lot of times this is happening, especially when you're into the system new and you've got all these customers you just created, you've missed some rates or didn't charge them the right rate. This allows you to review that information before you ever send it out, okay? And from here, you could go print statements. In this case, you choose the date to and from, the billing group that you want to charge. You can put your, if you want to do the send as email, it looks at all the customers' accounts that have an email account associated with it. and also they have selected to have emails sent for statements. So this will automatically do that one push of a button. It'll send all those out. It takes a couple minutes, and they all get their separate bill in a PDF attachment sent to them directly to their email. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to view the information. We're going to display it to the screen. And this would be an example of a statement to a customer's account. That's how easy it is to do the monthly billing in our system. Of course, throughout, you would be posting invoices, or you have estimates that you've converted to an invoice. That would be included within the statement itself. We'll list the invoice number, the description, what the invoice is for, and it'll be included within the statement itself, so whatever they owe would be on the total balance due. We always recommend that anytime you create an invoice, that you automatically go ahead, just email to the customer or send it out right away. That way they get it in the hands quickly. Or if you have the recurring payment information online, you can ask the customer, do you want me to go ahead and bill you now for that invoice? And you can go ahead and take care of it immediately. Yeah, payment information here. It shows all the batch postings that are done online payments, but also allows you to post, say, checks. You're accepting checks. You can go through and post several checks within a matter of minutes. It is so simple. Estimates. This is where you can view different estimates that you've created for customers. So if I want to look at an estimate, I can look at this information. I can print the estimate. I can email the estimate to the customer. The same way you would do an invoice. I can then create this, and I can hit invoice and ask me, do I want to take this estimate and create it to an invoice? It will automatically create that to an invoice. And then from here, I can go ahead and print and send that to the customer. That's how quick and fast it is to get to where you need to go to. So I can click on the customer's account. I can look at the billing. And this is the invoice, $35 that we just created. Commissions. We have commissions in the system where you can set up different commission rates based on maybe a particular user, service tech, or it can be based on the type of service they are performing, because maybe a full cleaning gets a different, say, rate, like say $10 each time they close that particular service. The system will automatically go out, calculate that, and $10 will go to that user that closed that pool. Again, this is all user-definable setup. The calendar function, this is similar to routes. You can go ahead and look at, say I want to look at a weekly view, and I can click on and look at the details of the route. And this allows me drag and drop capability, or I can move services around and save that information. That's how quick it is to do the routing in the system. We do have more functionality that we'll be adding to the route scheme with route optimization coming in this product. And those are upcoming things that we're working on. We are currently in the process of adding, so when you do repair work, things like that, when you economically go in and set a time for when that service is due and who's doing it, that will be all part of the calendar here below, and it'll be drag and drop. That'll allow you to drag and drop to the different times, maybe the time schedule change for that particular customer, or you can also look and see in where that particular user currently has, so you can put them in the right area to make sure he can get to the next service in time. So this is kind of an overview of the main part of the system. Over here on the right-hand side where we have the settings, this is where you can actually go in and define the system based on your office needs, from email templates to users, to user groups, to the auto tasks, to service types, to serviceable types. The system does so much, and just depending on how much of the system you want to use. I hope you've enjoyed kind of a brief overview of our new user interface, PoolCare Pro version 4. We are so excited about this. And once you get a look and feel the system, we believe that you will also be as excited as we are. Please, if you are a new customer or looking to be a new customer, we do have a 30-day trial. Go to our website, poolcarepro.com, and you can do a 30-day trial, and immediately you'll get usually within the next 30 minutes, you would get all of your login credentials with information to log in and start going with the system. So again, thank you for taking the time. And again, go to poolcarepro.com. If you have any questions, we have a chat there available, and we're more than happy to answer your questions. Great, thank you, and have a great day.